My name is Hollis Map. I perform around the world. And when I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Canadian, operating 30 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada or click caribjet.com. CaribJet, True Blue St. George's. The number one for travel.
She was my life, caring for me, loving me from a baby. COVID came and she never left the house. She felt safe there. Just turned 80. She kept saying, "Son, go take the vaccine so you could come and see me. I miss you." And never did. Because I'm young and I'm strong, and people on Facebook say the vaccine don't really protect you. I went to see her because I thought I was fine. I had no symptoms. She was so happy to see me. I had COVID and I did not even know. Being vaccinated would have helped. I just know it. I just know it. I'm so sorry, Granny. I'm so sorry.
This message is brought to you by the Grenada COVID Crisis Group and the Grenadians United in Virginia.
There is something new to the classic Wester Hall rum look. Wester Hall Estate Rum. What's your number? Drink responsibly.
The electricity rate is affected by a number of different factors. There is the fuel charge, which Grenelec publishes on a monthly basis. There is a non-fuel charge, which hasn't changed for almost 30 years. And then there are other activities at home, including the number of people that can have an impact on consumption. We've noticed that during holidays, school holidays, Christmas time, consumption increases, and also when there's an increase in temperature. To see what is causing the changes on the electricity bill, we ask customers to pay attention to the details on the bill. Look at the fuel charge information and compare it to fuel charge in the month before and even in the past. On Grenelec website, we provide 5 years of information on the fuel charge. Also pay attention to the average daily usage. On Grenelec's bill, there is a history that shows the last 8 months of billing information. You can use this information and compare each month and see if there's an increase in your daily average consumption. Due to the COVID situation, what we've seen is that customers spend more time at home. It means that there is the possibility for energy usage increase. So that is one factor. And what it means is that with the increase in fuel costs, which is significant, any additional consumption will have a marked effect on your electricity bill. If we look at last year, 2020, for instance, electricity rates were low. So even if there was a slight increase in energy usage, the impact will not be very noticeable. But in this situation where we've got high fuel costs, any small increase in consumption will have a marked effect on the overall bill.
Grenelec, energizing our community.
Experienced drivers, you've ruled the road. Now you can enjoy the rewards with Beacon's 50+ car insurance plan. Get hassle-free sign-up, affordable payment options, and a free windscreen cover. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get driving with Beacon today.
This is the evening edition of news here on MTV for Tuesday, the 8th of February. In the headlines, a close call for a truck driver on Karani James Boulevard losing control of his vehicle. Former Attorney General and constitutional lawyer defending the legitimacy of Grenada's constitution. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell reaffirming government's commitment to vulnerable citizens. And in sport, Grenada national senior women's team preparing for the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. We'll have details to those and other stories coming up for you, right along with the public forecast information. So after the break, stay with us.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low? For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
In an effort to serve you better, GUT Credit Union has moved its Grandance branch from the Lamaki complex to the Excel Plaza. This new location provides more convenient parking with access from two entrances. The first is from the lower parking area and the second is at the top parking area on the same level as our office for easy walk-in access. Visit GUT Credit Union at our new location and experience the comfortable atmosphere with the enhanced member experience you have come to expect of us. Our Grandance office is open 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. We hope to see you soon. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
And with the news in detail, I'm Tony Julian. Traffic was backed up for hours as police dealt with an accident on the Karani James Boulevard involving a truck traveling toward the south of the island. MTV understands the accident occurred as the driver of the truck, registration number TZ623, carrying around 3 slings of cement, was attempting to drive up the slope on the Karani James Boulevard when he apparently lost control and rolled back into the yard of an automotive shop, damaging 6 parked vehicles. No injuries have been reported. The manager of Green's Automotive Sales and Rentals did not wish to comment on the accident. However, MTV does understand that the damage to the vehicles is costly. The driver of the truck, who could have a charge of damage to property and driving without due care and attention slapped on him, also declined to comment on camera. However, he did say that he had thought that the truck would have made it up the hill. A former Attorney General and constitutional lawyer is defending the legitimacy of Grenada's constitution. And while at the time no act was enacted on the attainment of independence, Grenada, like many other small countries, was an independent state. We get more details on this from Rachel Bain.
Lawrence Joseph was at the time responding to concerns aired via various mediums about Grenada and whether it is an independent country and whether or not its constitution is legitimate. Joseph says when the country gained independence on February 7, 1974, no Independence Act was passed, as was the case with the bigger countries such as Trinidad and Barbados. Joseph says he did some research and explained his findings.
Though seemingly those smaller countries did not get this Independent Act passed on their behalf. But they got their independence because all countries, Grenada applied for independence before 1974. The Parliament of Grenada passed an act, a resolution in the House of Representatives and in the Senate, determining that independence should be granted and that they will ask the United Kingdom to terminate the then present constitution, which was the Associated Statehood Constitution.
Joseph says independence was gained in literal darkness, using flambeau for light. During that time, there was a strike and the country was in turmoil. Some citizens are questioning that since no Independence Act was passed for Grenada, is the Constitution valid?
And there is no doubt in my mind that the Constitution, Independence Constitution, is valid. Because in any event, over time, people have accepted it. We have had general elections on it, so it has been endorsed by the population. And our Constitution may not even be written. Our Constitution may be unwritten, as in the United Kingdom, or it may be written, as in Grenada and other countries.
The former Attorney General says if changes must be made to the Constitution, there is a process the government and people must undergo.
Well, normally, as an independent country, the process would be to have consultations with different groups in the country so that people would have the various ideas with regards to what they would want to have in the Constitution.
While Grenada is an independent country, Joseph says the Queen is still head of state. He says thus far there is no issue with the position she holds over the country.
There is no problem with the Queen being head of state at the moment, because we undertake what we call parliamentary democracy with the Queen as head of state. And the Constitution sets out how we should be governed with that, how elections should be held. But if we want to change that and become a Republican state, a republic, then the whole Constitution has to be changed.
For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
Political commentator William Joseph is concerned that after 48 years as an independent country, there is nothing much to boast about. He says Grenada, back in 1974, was challenged and today is still challenged in the same areas, leadership and poverty. As Grenada prepares to hit the big 50, Joseph said that there's much work to be done, as we hear in this report from Rachel Bain.
Grenada is a country born in darkness, and 48 years later, there is not much difference. That's the view of political commentator William Joseph. He says there continues to be division and corruption in high places, and leadership, corruption and disunity remain a challenge for the country. He believes as a people, Grenadians pride themselves on small things, such as the country's national colors and its national food all along. But there is a bigger picture.
We began in 74 with a crisis. I've described it as the nation being born in darkness. And we've continued because 74, we were in that situation. Then came 79, which was unprecedented in these parts, a revolution time, and then came 83. Blood all over the place. You know, we killed ourselves, again, unprecedented. So that was a significant smear on us as a people. So we've had that. And since then, in my view, we've had division and conflicts and corruption. That's what we've had.
Poverty, Williams says, is a major problem and is something that should be focused on.
But we have grown, we have multiplied poverty. And that, to me, that is a major indictment on us as a people. That there are poverty levels in Grenada that are higher than 90 knots. It's crazy, right? Unemployment is at a level. Can you imagine that in the 70s, in the early 70s, with an economy half the size that it is now, with a population size that has virtually remained the same, yet the unemployment in Grenada today is higher than it was back then? What explains that? See, so you have these problems, policy failures. In other words, when you see it, because of the sheer magnitude of it, you recognize that we have not addressed policy solutions.
Williams spoke of agriculture and the need for value-added products.
We look at what has happened with agricultural production in Grenada. Yes, one could not reasonably have expected it to remain the same, but we could have diversified more successfully and be a bigger producer of fruit and vegetable and so on alongside the spices that have survived.
The country, Joseph says, has had successes in the past in which, as a people, Grenadians should be proud. However, there is much more that needs to be done.
Yes, we have made some progress in education. We have in infrastructure. The services sector is significantly bigger and better than it was 30, 40 years ago. So we've made some progress. There's no denying that. Could we have made even more progress? I would say the answer is yes.
For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
The St. George's University SGU Amendment Order 2022 has been approved by the Upper House during Tuesday morning session. Support was given from both sides of the House despite some concerns raised by opposition senators. The amendments made continue to build on the already well-established relationship that SGU and the Government of Grenada currently share, and will see much more being given by the university. Donella Hostin has more.
Although there were some concerns shared by the opposition senators regarding the St. George's University Amendment Order 2022, the pros outweighed the cons, and the amendments to the order were approved on Tuesday morning. The motion was brought forward by Senator Simon Steele, who explained how this will continue to create economic, health, and educational benefits for Grenadians.
Never before in our history have we been able to provide such educational opportunities for our people. And the value of these scholarships run into, an average scholarship for a bachelor's program runs in the region of $100,000 US. For a medical scholarship, that runs into $500,000 US.
As part of its transaction relating to changes in the equity shareholding, a $20 million US grant will be made payable to the Government of Grenada to develop the country.
There will be a $20 million US grant that is payable to the Government of Grenada, which will be used for the benefit of the development of the country. But in addition to that, an additional $10 million US as an advance payment on future grants will also be paid. So the total sum that will be coming to the Government of Grenada for the benefit of the people at this time on the completion of this transaction will be $30 million US, which is in excess of 80 million EC dollars.
Throwing his support behind the amendments was Senator Christopher Diali, who made recommendations that the money should be put into specific sectors. Opposition Senator Matthew Joseph also shared similar sentiments. However, he expressed some concern that the university may be too critical in relation to its contribution to Grenada's economy.
Yes, so, Mr. President, I'm saying this, that SU is critical to our economy, and probably too critical. We saw what happened in the COVID time. We need to continue to assist and facilitate SGU. At the same time, we need to grow the economy too.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell has renewed his government's commitment to ensuring that the most vulnerable citizens are not further marginalized by the impact of COVID-19. According to Prime Minister Mitchell, the government recognizes the continued economic uncertainty and extended adverse impact created by the pandemic. We have more on this from Nikita Houston.
Speaking at Grenada's 48th Independence Parade on Monday at the National Stadium, Prime Minister Mitchell reflected on some of the initiatives implemented so far to assist citizens, even as government continues to face a reduction in revenue. The first stimulus package distributed in March 2020 benefited about 6,000 Grenadians, including 147 businesses.
Bus
owners, taxi and tour operators and tour guides, tourists and market vendors, hairdressers and barbers, small travel agents, members of the marine, dive and yachting sectors, hotel and apartment owners, and restaurant and bar owners, among others. Additionally, direct assistance was provided to 44 late workers who lost their jobs, 120 aviation services employees, and 244 Royalton employees.
Prime Minister Mitchell spoke of the second series of economic stimulus support measures that started in September 2021, where 3,000 Grenadians have received 13.1 million in benefits through various initiatives.
Income and payroll support to 1,100 beneficiaries. 2. Unemployment assistance close to 800 persons. 3. Support for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, more than 200 beneficiaries. And fourthly, seed payments benefiting 1,105 persons.
During the 2022 budget, several initiatives were announced to provide further relief for the people of the Tri-Island state.
In December last, police officers, frontline health workers, and those who face the threat of COVID-19 infection directly by virtue of their jobs received an additional month's pay, while other public officers receive additional half month's pay.
Also effective January, consumers got some relief after government removed the VAT on 5 food items as promised during the 2022 budget presentation. Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
That's the first segment of News for Tuesday. We'll be right back with you after the break.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
In an effort to serve you better, GUT Credit Union has moved its Grandans branch from the Lamaki complex to the Excel Plaza. This new location provides more convenient parking with access from 2 entrances. The first is from the lower parking area and the second is at the top parking area on the same level as our office for easy walk-in access. Visit GUT Credit Union at our new location and experience the comfortable atmosphere with the enhanced member experience you have come to expect of us. Our Grandans office is open 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. We hope to see you soon. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
No matter your beliefs, whatever your dreams, we all have one thing in common. We call these islands home. Beautiful Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. However, they are threatened by our actions. But we can collectively begin a new path in which our economic prosperity and well-being does not irreparably damage our islands. Let's use our natural resources in conscious and sustainable ways so that future generations too can enjoy our home. Let's care for our environment and keep its litter free and beautiful. Let's all pledge to take action against climate change by changing our behavior and changing our lifestyles to protect our environment. Join us today and let's keep Grenada green and clean.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. Public Workers Union, PWU, is preparing to host its first in a series of financial consultations for 2022. The union president says financial literacy and freedom are important and is encouraging members and non-members alike to participate. Let's get more on this from Rachel Bain.
Geared at financial literacy and financial freedom, the Public Workers Union will be hosting the first in a series of online seminars. President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, in an interview with MTV, highlighted the need for educating people about their finances.
Particularly with the GDB loan, Mr. Mervyn Lord, who's the general manager there, he will be open to scrutiny and any questions coming from people, contract workers in particular, who are thinking about participating in this program, in this loan program that the government has orchestrated. So we don't want our members to just jump into the water with 2 feet and then at the end of the day they believe down the road they made a mistake. We want you to be informed. We want you to be educated so that when you make that decision to go sign up for the loan, that you will have a level of comfort knowing that you made the right decisions. So the experts there are at your disposal, 2:30, in a Zoom forum. The link will be provided. It will be on our Facebook page.
Grimes stated that this initiative has been on the agenda of the union since 2021. The manager of the Grenada Development Bank and an insurance consultant will be on the panel. This, he says, has become necessary, especially since government rolled out its new initiative for contract workers.
The Public Workers Union in 2022, one of its goals and objectives was to have many financial literacy sessions, programs, workshops, so that our members can become more financially empowered and know how to manage their monies better. Now, with the advent or with the introduction of the GDB loan, this just brings it into focus more, brings a greater spotlight on it. So workers from across the public service will be able to ask questions to different people who are financial experts and specialists to know, well, how should we go forward? How should I handle this?
He is therefore encouraging not only members of the union to participate, but also those who are not part of the bargaining unit.
This is a call for public officers. In fact, all interested parties, including Imanis, to participate in a meeting. The general public service, police officers, everybody. The truth is, it's targeted to our bargaining unit, but this is a very important matter, and this is in regards to a financial forum the Public Workers Union is hosting tomorrow, please the Lord, at 2:30, right? The information will be out very soon, but we want to advertise this because...
For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
Sean Niles, affectionately known as Sour Serpent, of course, and who won the Independence Calypso competition 4 times, says Calypso in Grenada needs to be improved and preserved. Speaking on MTV's Rise and Shine show, the reigning Independence Calypso King spoke about the importance of culture and getting students more involved in the art form.
Grenada is known for calypso music and soca, but many may ask, how can we put some new life in the Calypso platform in Grenada? According to Sean Niles, who recently won the Calypso Independence Crown for the 4th straight year, Calypso in Grenada needs to be developed.
Calypso might appear to be dying because I think we have shifted away from our indigenous and original culture, all the aspects, right, from dance and art and food and all of that. And I made a point yesterday on another interview, and I said, look, Festival of the Arts was and still is an opportunity for us to go back to our cultural ways, to impart cultural information onto the next generation. I was never part of Arts Festival. I always wanted to be.
Comparing Grenada's culture with other nations in the Caribbean, Niall says one of the ways Calypso can grow in the country is by teaching children the art form.
And we sit here and look at Jamaica, and Jamaica's culture, even if it's under attack, but it's still rich. It is still rich, you know. And the food, the dumpling and corned beef, the ackee and the saltfish, and the bejan, the kuku and the kalaloo. Right, I believe in every hotel you could go at a certain point in time, you would get these national dishes available. They're available. I hope they're available in our situation as well. Right? But I think to solve the problem with Calypso and the other arts, I don't want to say Calypso alone, get it in the psyche of the kids, get it in the schools. That's where you need it, because 1 year wouldn't solve the problem. Get it in the schools. And once you get the children, you get the parents, you get families. Before you return twice, the stadium full of people coming and support people, young children singing Calypso, and so on. So I think the problem is the roots. We need to sow the seeds in the roots.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Around 19 fishermen will receive the opportunity to develop their skill set through training offered by the Climate Change Adaptation for the Eastern Caribbean Fisheries Sector Project. Well, that training, which commenced on Tuesday, will offer sessions in fish handling, processing, drying, salting, and smoking. MTV spoke with Chrisma Moore, project coordinator, who shared more about the aim of these training sessions.
Fisherfolk are once again getting an opportunity to build their capacity and develop themselves through a 4-day training workshop hosted by the Climate Change Adaptation for the Eastern Caribbean Fisheries Sector Project. During these sessions, facilitated by Irvin Henry, the participants will learn more about fish handling, processing, salting, and smoking. According to Chrisma Moore, National Project Coordinator, the aim is to encourage value added within the fishing sector.
The aim is to build the capacity so that when we have natural disaster events such as hurricanes and storms where you have utilities being cut and large communities, fishing communities, losing power, so you might have a large amount, you might still have fish coming in with by fishers, but you have the higher potential of spoilage if you don't have those skills in the communities.
She noted that for small states like Grenada that are affected by the effects of climate change, having this sort of training is very beneficial. Additionally, Moore said this was something that the people in the sector have been calling for. The MTV News team also spoke to two of the participants who have been in the sector for some time, and they have indicated their desire to be part of this training.
In this workshop here this morning, I expect to gain quite a bit of knowledge. It has been good so far, what we've done. My goal at the end of this workshop is to be able to process fish, whether it's drying, salt drying, just be able to process fish, gather all the information I can, and look forward to that and being able to put myself in a position where I can do that myself.
My expectation from this project is more to deal with a business, something that I love. I really want to do, like, export the codfish, which we used to do. My mother told me that we used to do way back in her age, you know. So this is something that we need to do as a people, as a nation.
They are also calling on the relevant authorities to come on board to support the fishing industry. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
As the second segment of news, we'll have regional highlights coming up for you. Stay with us.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Super 6.
Even more.
With more money to the jackpot galore.
Play more. Win more.
Have more fun. With more jackpot money, Super 6 is my number one. With the new and improved Super 6 game.
The jackpot keep growing and growing and growing.
More jackpot money. More reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6, a bigger jackpot game. Super 6. Bigger jackpots. More chances to win.
No matter your beliefs, whatever your dreams, we all have one thing in common. We call these islands home. Beautiful Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. However, they are threatened by our actions. But we can collectively begin a new path in which our economic prosperity and well-being does not irreparably damage our islands. Let's use our natural resources in conscious and sustainable ways so that future generations too can enjoy our home. Let's care for our environment and keep its litter free and beautiful. Let's all pledge to take action against climate change by changing our behavior and changing our lifestyles to protect our environment. Join us today and let's keep Grenada green and clean.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
January 1947 saw the dawn of a new day, the birth of the Grenada Civil Service Credit Union, later renamed the Grenada Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and more recently, Arizo. Arizo is extremely proud to be celebrating this significant milestone. But this would not have been possible without you. And this is why we are inviting you to celebrate with us as we celebrate 75 years of transforming lives. Stay tuned to our social media platforms and our local media houses to learn more of the activities and events that we have in store for you. As we celebrate this journey, we thank all our stalwarts for their valued contributions in bringing us to where we are today. We look forward to serving you for many more years. Let's celebrate 75 years of transforming lives.
Welcome back. Time now for this evening's Regional Roundup.
This is the Regional Roundup for today. I am Danessa Pancho. We begin in St. Lucia, where Prime Minister Philip J. Baird has responded to criticism from the public on members' behavior in the House of Parliament last Tuesday. As we hear in this DBS News report, Baird says the criticism was unwarranted and what is important are the issues raised during the debate. More in this report.
What I think was important is the revelations at last week's meeting. I think that's what we should be pushing on. What we're trying to do, or what some sectors or some sections trying to be, is trying to come away, get away from the issues that were raised. The serious issues that were raised in the Parliament on Tuesday. That's what's important, not the behavior of people.
Pierre maintains that some persons are trying to draw people's attention away from the facts presented at Tuesday's sitting.
No one in the Parliament ever told the Speaker, I am not doing it. Did you see anybody say to the Speaker, I'm not doing it, I'm not withdrawing? That didn't happen. That happened before. But now, conveniently, we seem to want to forget what happened before. What's important is what was said in the Parliament, the revelations, the direct awards, the state of the SDF, the state of the finances in the country as it relates to direct awards that were given. There was one instance where a direct award was written for a lighting project for $12 million. And that project had been financed by the Caribbean Development Bank. The government, instead of using that mode of finance, they cancel it. Then you heard from another point of view that there was some firm that would get involved in a PPP arrangement. Now you saw a direct award written. That's what's important, not the behavior.
Despite the Prime Minister's feelings, sections of the public maintain a higher level of decorum is needed, and MPs and those in leadership roles should view themselves as role models in society.
The High Command of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, has confirmed that a member of the force has been suspended with immediate effect following her arrest on criminal charges in the United States of America on Friday. More in this report.
42-year-old Shellyan Allen was arrested by members of the Homeland Security Investigation Team shortly after arriving in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in the US. She has been charged for alleged wire fraud, mail fraud, and drug trafficking. Court documents point to over $1.69 million worth of losses from the bank accounts of 17 victims across America. In one complaint, an elderly victim living in Brown County, Wisconsin, was told he won various prizes, including a home, luxury car, and $18 million. The victim was directed to send money in cash, money orders, and checks to people in the United States and Jamaica. Eventually, the victim had to sell his home and lost about $150,000 as a result of the fraud. he never received any of the promised prizes. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is working with its international counterparts to further investigate the matter.
And finally, in the region further afield, Canada's Prime Minister said a protest by truckers that has paralyzed the capital, Ottawa, has stopped. Justin Trudeau said Canadians were shocked and frankly disgusted by some protesters' behavior, which has reportedly included vandalism and racial abuse. Lorry drivers have been rallying against Canada's COVID vaccine rules. Their vehicles have gridlock. Ottawa and state of emergency has been declared in the city. For nearly 2 weeks, hundreds of lorries have brought the city centre to standstill, forcing many businesses to close. That's it for this evening's regional roundup. I am Donessa Pancho.
This is the MTV Evening News. We'll be back after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
January 1947 saw the dawn of a new day, the birth of the Grenada Civil Service Credit Union, later renamed the Grenada Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and more recently, Ariza. Ariza is extremely proud to be celebrating this significant milestone. But this would not have been possible without you. And this is why we are inviting you to celebrate with us as we celebrate 75 years of transforming lives. Stay tuned to our social media platforms and our local media houses to learn more of the activities and events that we have in store for you. As we celebrate this journey, we thank all our stalwarts for their valued contributions in bringing us to where we are today. We look forward to serving you for many more years. Let's celebrate 75 years of transforming lives.
You're watching the MTV Evening News. We have sporting highlights next.
There is something new to the classic Wester Hall rum look. Wester Hall Estate Rum. What's your number? Drink responsibly.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere.
Spring water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Grenada national senior women's team preparing for the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. Details to that and other highlights coming up for you after this.
My name is Hollis Map. I perform around the world. And when I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Grenadian, operating 30 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada or click caribjet.com. CaribJet, True Blue St. George's. The number one for travel.
Welcome back. Good evening, sporting fans. Rachel Bain has this evening's sporting highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans. Young lads emerged winners in the final of Carriacou T10 tournament played at the Hillsborough playing field on Sunday. They defeated Universal Bouncers by 9 wickets. The scores: Universal Bouncers 79 for 4 in 10 overs, while Haldon Moses top scored with 52. In reply, Young Lads 82 for 1 in 6.2 overs. Alex Moses, not out on 21, was man of the match. In the playoff match played for the 3rd and 4th position respectively, Noel Supplies Leicester Cricket Club defeated Hotel Lorena Mount Royal Stars by 10 wickets. Batting first, Mount Royal made 72 for 4 in 10 overs, and in reply, Leicester Cricket Club scored 75 without loss in 5.2 overs, with Michael Joseph top scoring with 45 and received Man of the Match award. In the closing ceremony that followed, player of the tournament went to Imran Joseph for the most runs, 229, and most sixes, 23. Fitzroy Lendor received the award for the most wickets, totaling 11 for 6 matches. Congratulations to Young Lads for winning the inaugural T10 tournament. Cricket will return to the Hillsborough playing field on Saturday, February 19th with the start of the Cop Bank Carriacou T20 tournament. And now we go over to basketball. Charlotte Hornets guard LaMelo Ball and San Antonio Spurs guard DeJounte Murray will both make their NBA All-Star Game debut after being added as injury replacements on Monday. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver confirmed that the pair would be added with Draymond Green back and Kevin Durant knee out injured. Boston Celtics forward Jason Tatum will come into the Eastern Conference startup lineup for Durant. Durant will still participate as the East captain in the All-Star draft on Thursday alongside Western Conference captain LeBron James. Last season's NBA Rookie of the Year, Ball is averaging 19.6 points, 7.5 assists, and 7.1 rebounds per game this season. And finally in sports, West Indies women lost their final ODI by 6 wickets to South Africa's women in Johannesburg on Sunday, and with it, the series 2-1. Batting first, the West Indies scored a paltry 174 all out from 49.2 overs. In reply, South Africa women cruised to 175 for 4 in 39.5 overs. For the consecutive match, Kessia Knight top scored for the West Indies with 48, while Deandra Doughton was once again among the runners with 36. However, the other West Indies women were without captain Stephanie Taylor failed to step up, as only Charmaine Campbell and newcomer Mandy Mangru with 15 each managed to get into double figures. Shabnim Ismail was the spearhead of the South Africa attack with 4 for 44. There were 2 wickets each of Ayamunga Kanga, 2 for 25, and Chloe Tyron, 2 for 12 from 6 overs. And that has brought us to the end of MTV's Evening Sports. I am Rachel Bain.
Thank you, Rachel. Well, we'll have the public forecast information still ahead, and then a recap of the top stories right after the break.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlac, energizing our Grenada.
Each of us has a role in Grenada's successful recovery. We have the will to overcome. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
Welcome back, viewers, and with Tuesday night's weather forecast, I'm meteorologist Wayne Williams. Good evening to you. The sunny conditions from the weekend continued into Tuesday, but we could be seeing a slight change in that into tonight and tomorrow. Trough line over the northern Caribbean with a significant amount of cloudiness is producing showers there, and we could see some of that creeping into area during the night time. Very slight haze that is to the far southern Atlantic, so we continue to see lovely clear skies during the daytime. The area of cloudiness is very visible to the north of the islands, and it's continuing to drift towards the southwest as it does so. It's going to move into the area of Grenada. It's already bringing showers over the central Caribbean islands, so we're going to see some of those here, possibly from tonight and maybe tomorrow afternoon. The forecast for Tuesday night is for some early scattered showers, about a 70% chance of that. Northeasterly winds between 12 and 22 miles per hour, minimum of around 24. The moon rose this morning at 11:51 and it's going to set tomorrow just after midnight at 12:46. On Wednesday, there is about a 60 to 70% chance of some afternoon showers. Going to see an increase in cloudiness throughout the daytime. Winds would be northeasterly between 12 and 24 miles per hour with occasional higher gusts. Choppy seas, 4 to 6 foot waves. The sun is going to rise at 6:30 and set at 6:12. With the cloudiness, especially in the afternoon, we're going to see a max of just around 32. It will feel like 34. Fair conditions are in the forecast for Port of Spain. Scattered showers in Bridgetown and partly cloudy in Kingston. Showers in Miami. Lots of sunshine in New York. It continues to warm up there. High of 9 is expected. A low of 3. London is in for rain. For the remainder of the week into the weekend, Thursday, looking like partly cloudy conditions, about a 40% chance of showers. Then mostly generally fair conditions on Friday and Saturday. By Sunday, possibility of a slight increase in cloudiness into the start of the next work week. That's it for Tuesday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Join me again on Wednesday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlac, energizing our Grenada.
And now to end the news, a recap of the main stories. There was a close call for a truck driver on the Karani James Boulevard as he lost control of his vehicle. Former Attorney General and constitutional lawyer has defended the legitimacy of Grenada's constitution. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell has reaffirmed the government's commitment to vulnerable citizens. And in sport, Grenada national senior women's team is preparing for the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. On behalf of the news and production departments, I'm Tony Julian. We all thank you so very much for having viewed and wish you a good night.
I take the vaccine and I could feel a sense of freedom. I just have to continue the right COVID protocols and I'm ready for life. You telling me you're afraid of what they're putting into you? Some of all you have metal filling in all your mouth for over 30 years and nothing can change, or you're still ugly. You worried about a vaccine that could save your life if you catch COVID? All that food with them chemicals and hormones all you eating every day. All you know what going in all your body? And you worried about a vaccine that could protect your children and your family? All you're joking, man. The amount of vaccine we take when we were children, and look at us today, 30, 40, 50 years later. And you telling me you don't want to take a vaccine to protect your friends, your community, and your country, and get life back to normal in this pandemic? Nah, man. All you're joking. Think about it, my fellow Grenadians, Carriacouans, and Petit Martiniquans. Really think about it.
This message is brought to you by the Grenada COVID Crisis Group and the Grenadians United in Virginia.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lottery Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw for today, Tuesday, the 8th of February, 2022. I'm Lexanne Fletcher, and I'll be your draw hostess for this evening. Joining me as well, of course, is Ms. Josanne Clark. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Ms. Clark is here to ensure the games for this evening are conducted in a fair and accountable manner, that the game balls have not been tampered with and are within industry standards. Well, here's a quick reminder, as always, with the Pick 3 game, you can bet as little as $1 on inline, mix and pair tickets, and from $2 on backup tickets. Let's find out what the winning numbers will be for this evening. It pays to play. Good luck. And tonight's first number up is 8. Second number 6, third and final. Third and final is 5. All right, let's do a quick recap. First number up was 8. The second number 6, third and final was 5. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening, and do stay tuned. Of course, hope you got your tickets for the Playway Draw. That comes up next. We'll see you then.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Welcome back. It's time for the Playway Draw for this evening, Tuesday, the 8th of February, 2022. I've got Ms. Josanne Clark standing in with me once again. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Now, with the Playway game, all you got to do is bet as little as $1 up to $10 on increments on any number or dream symbol of your choice, and get to win 24 times the amount you bet. That's $24 for every dollar spent. Let's find out what the winning Playway number will be for this evening. All your dreams win your way with Playway. Good luck. And this evening's winning Playway number is... This evening's winning Playway number is the number 29. 2929. The dream symbol is sickness. Just repeat tonight's winning Playway number 29. 2929. The dream symbol, sickness. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening. Well, up next is a cash for a draw. Get your tickets out and we'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's time for the Daily Cash 4 draw for this evening, Tuesday, the 8th of February, 2022. Just to remind you, joining me once again is Ms. Josanne Clark. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Well, don't forget with the Cash 4 game, you can bet as little as $1 on most of the bet types, with the exception of backup, in which case you bet $2. It's time to reveal tonight's winning Cash 4 numbers. It's more plays, bigger prizes. Good luck. All right, check your tickets. The first number is 5. Second number 6. The third number up is 8, and the final. Yes, the fourth and final, 6. All right, it's time to recap. Double check those tickets. First number was 5. The second number 6. Third number up was 8. And the final, 6. Well, congratulations if you're a winner this evening. And don't forget to go on out there tomorrow, God's will, of course, and get your tickets, and do continue to support sports, culture, and nation building. Have a good night.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just 1 lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Joan E. Vento, also known as Auntie Joan or Joan B., of Birchgrove St. Andrew, proprietor of the St. Andrew's Pharmacy and Justice of the Peace, passed away on Sunday 9th January 2022 at the age of 77. She is survived by her husband, children, grandchildren, sister, nieces and nephews, aunts, cousins, godchildren, and many friends and relatives. The funeral of the late Joan E. Vento, also known as Auntie Joan or Joan B. of Birchgrove St. Andrew, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Janice Teresa Antoine, also known as J., of Mount Granby St. John, passed away on Wednesday 19th January 2022 at the age of 46. She was the mother of Alicia, Janelle, Javel, Tanika, and Tamika Antoine, grandmother of Kai James, sister of Irma, Anne, Clifton, John, and Conrad, aunt of many including Adonna, Rondell, Nesta, Arnold, Alina, and Kelly, niece of many including Mina Lawrence in Trinidad, Carlson Lee, Ingrid Ramsey in Canada, and Cecil Lawrence. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including the Ned and Reuben families of Pearls, the Charles family of Grandroy, the Lee family of Douglaston, the McVean and Jones families of Central, Nikisha Stanislaus, Janice Williams, brother, Tom, Anne-Marie Stewart and family, the Glean family, past colleagues and friends of Spice Island Inn, and friends and family of Mount Granby and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Janice Teresa Antoine, also known as J. of Mount Granby St. John, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Tevin Shea Amede, also known as Tata, of New Hampshire St. George, died on Monday 24th January 2022 at the age of 28. Left to mourn are his mother Sharon Amede, father Elvis Mudu, grandmother Mavis Amede, grand-aunt Tiny Samuel, brothers and sisters Lenny, Kenson, Rendell, Sharkel, Katisha, Siobhan, Shania, and Asher. Many aunts and uncles including Patsy, Diane, Gemma, and Vonnie. Many nieces and nephews including Javonte, Shondell, Kemaya, and Chloe. Many cousins including Katisha and Damon. Other relatives and friends including the Amede family of New Hampshire, Mount Manassas, Happy Hill, and Beausejour, the Moodoo family of Mirabeau and Bylands, Glenda and Eric and family, Fireman, Country, the Big Yard family, the Superville and Telesford families, all of New Hampshire, Teresa and the Bridgman family, Lion and Pilot of New Hampshire, and friends and neighbors of New Hampshire and surrounding areas. The funeral service and interment of the late Tevin Shea Amede, also known as Tata, of New Hampshire St. George will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Christine George née Williams, also known as Maureen, of Seamoon St. Andrew, who resided at Grand Anse St. George and in Brooklyn, New York, USA, passed away on Tuesday, 25th January 2022, at the age of 72. She was the mother of Michelle Diane Charles and Devon Charles, mother-in-law of Ryan Charles and Cassandra Tapia George, grandmother of Dylan and Caden Tapia George, brothers and sisters Peter, Eric and Daniel Williams in Trinidad, Kenneth in the USA, Lena, Mavis, Faithlyn, Hillary and Lindonna, nieces and nephews including Andy in the USA, Jillian in Trinidad, Kendra Charles, Kason Williams and Rena James, close friend of Andrew John. Other relatives and friends including Charmaine, Ruby Ann, Gwendolyn in New York, Linda in Tortola, Denart, Helen, Claudia, Lazarine in the USA, Delisa, Kingston Davis, Bobby and the Charles family of Gulf Course, and family and friends in Brooklyn, New York, Seamoon St. Andrew, and Grand Anse St. George. The funeral service and interment of the late Christine George née Williams, also known as Maureen, of Seamoon St. Andrew, who resided at Grand Anse St. George and in Brooklyn, New York, USA, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Edwin Moore, also known as Horseface, of Caliste St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 26th January 2022, at the age of 70. He was the brother of Agnes John, Paula Cummings, Ann Moore, Gloria Moore, Gemma Phillip, Shireen Francis, Edgar, Bernard, and Michael Moore. Uncle of many, including Kieran, Andre, Adrian, Kendall, Lincoln, Kareem, Joycelyn, Nikki and Tamara Moore, Saraya and Siren Francis, Rita Jeremiah, Jamie Phillip, Tamika and Amika Hall, Trisha and Ariel Thomas, and Miguel Joseph. Brother-in-law of Gentle John, nephew of Cecilia Durant, Clovis and Bernard Dubiset, and Cynthia Thompson. Many other relatives and close friends including Clyde Roberts, Ignatius Lumsden, Patsy Andrews, Pearl Joseph, Louise Hood, Eric Scotton, Joseph Ferrigno, the Moore, Francis and Snag families, and friends and neighbors of Caliste and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Edwin Moore, also known as Horseface, of Caliste St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Jessica Rena Simpson of Brothers St. John passed away on Wednesday, 26th January 2022, at the age of 23. She was the daughter of Hazel Simpson and Denton Gill, granddaughter of Yvonne Simpson, Ezra Beggs, and Gladys Gill, great-granddaughter of Uncle Williams, sister of Malcolm, Junior, Samson, and Aaliyah Simpson, niece of Desmond, Dexter, and Roger Gill, Maurice and Lester Simpson, Dennis, David and Shirley in Canada, Karen and Beverly Gill, Kirby, Alicia, Sophia, Tasha, Ronisha, Seela, and Maureen in Trinidad. Many cousins, other relatives and friends including David, Daniel, Aaliyah, Clifton, Rachel and Viviana, Teresa Batiste and family, Pastor Robert Mathena and members of the Faith Independence Baptist Church, Brother Joe, Elizabeth Phillips, Kevin, the Philip, Barry, Simpson and Gill families, the 2016 graduating class of St. Rose Modern Secondary School, and friends and neighbors of Brothers and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Jessica Rena Simpson of Brothers St. John will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Julian Claudius Bagwan, also known as Miracles, of Corinth St. David, passed away on Sunday, 23rd January 2022, at the age of 76. He was the brother of Ruth, Marina, Noreen, Rona, Richard, Dennis, and John, nephew of Veronica David, uncle of Celia MacDonald, Mandela, Valen, Alan, Ewell, Louisin, Devi, Canessa, Karina, Sarah, Hannah and Elizabeth. Grand-uncle of Kenny, Jenny, John, Darren, Devin, Brittany, Brianna and Kurt MacDonald. Brother-in-law of Michael Bowen. Many relatives and close friends including Kenneth Lett, also known as Gavaska, George Mitchell, James and John, Reginald Lord, Albert Alexander, Peter Mahone, Paula Mahone, Annie Mahone, Father Edward Mark, Selby Henry, the Bagwan, Mahone, Lett and Bethel families, and friends and neighbours of Corinth and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Julian Claudius Bagwan, also known as Miracles of Corinth St. David, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Anne Charles, also known as Olga and Tonti, of Mount Craven St. Patrick and Brooklyn, New York, USA, passed away on Sunday, 12th April 2020 in Brooklyn, New York, at the age of 66. She was the mother of Sharon, Andy, Shirley and Alejandro, Dwight and Shireen, sister of Irma George, Teresa, Vernon, Anastasia, Vincent, Anthony and Lawrence, adopted sister of Anne-Marie, grandmother of Chanel, Ronelle, Romika, Charisse, Jeffrey, Jade, Kai, Kira, Amisa, Samaya, Kaylee and Kamar, aunt of many including Helen, Kevin, Laddie, Nigel, Lisa and Lazarine. Other relatives and close friends including Val Gilbert, Telma, Desmond and Anthony Bartholomew, Joy Mitchell, Linda and Lisa Toussaint, Sandra, the boys by the shop in Fond, and friends and neighbours of Mount Craven and surrounding areas. A memorial service for the late Anne Charles of Mount Craven St. Patrick and Brooklyn, New York, USA, will be held privately. Arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Angela Rose Julian of Lothers Lane, St. George, died on Monday, 24th January 2022, at the age of 63. Left to cherish her memory are her brothers Winston Tanton Julian in Grenada, Michael in Canada, Denhart and Carlisle in the USA, sisters Barbara in the USA and Sandra in Canada, adopted daughter Christelle Charles, sisters-in-law Bernadette and Joycelyn in the USA, many other relatives and friends including Charlene Herbert, Vilma Dabrio, Catherine Daniel, Paulette Caliste, Loris Pascal, Bernadette Bartholomew, Sandra Ferguson, Dale Wayward, Mrs. Ansel Evans of Cafe Springs, the Julian family of River Road and Springs, the Benjamin family of River Road and Tempe, the staff at the Grenada National Organization of Women, Hilary Gabriel and the GNCD, William Braffett, and the choir and members of the St. George's Methodist Church. The funeral service and interment of the late Angela Rose Julian of Lothers Lane, St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Rita Maxime, also known as Tanti Rita of Mardi Gras, who resided at Woodland St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 26th January, at the age of 98. She was the mother of Caroline Batson and son-in-law of Uriah Batson in the UK, Joseph Buckmeyer, and daughter-in-law of Carol Buckmeyer in the USA, Rani Maxime and son-in-law of Marlon Padmore in the USA, grandmother of Alicia, Samuel, Marlin, Rodney, Ali, Jennifer, Kathy, and Gandhi, great-grandmother of Letitia, Michael, Francesca, Jelani, Kai, Anaya, Serene, James, Michael, Olivia, Dominic, and Darren Jr., great-great-grandmother of Sophia and Hezekiah, caregivers Ganetta, Joyce, and Diana. Many other relatives and friends including Joey and the Garage Boys, Sheila Noel, Greet James, Tiny, neighbor Celestine, Anne Hudson, Yvonne Granger, Mrs. Clark and family, Sandy and family, the Lalji and St. Clair families, Pascal and family, Bobby and Anne-Marie Smith, and godchildren. friends and neighbors of St. Paul's and Woodlands. The funeral of the late Rita Maxime, also known as Tanti Rita, of Madagra, who resided at Woodlands St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lockwar Brothers Funeral Home. Mary Carmen John of Belmont St. George passed away on Sunday, 6th February, at the age of 57. She was the wife of Clarence Ferguson, better known as Sabu, mother of Earl and John in the UK, stepmother of Jamelia Thomas in the US, Rashid Edwards, and Ali and Aki McQueen, grandmother of 13, sister of Diane John in the US, Irma Frame in the US, Kemmeling Blood in Chantemel, Rhonda Phillip in Chantemel, Shermaine Ferguson in Canada, Curtis Straker in Trinidad, Randy Frame in the USA, Rondell Frame in Chantemel, stepsister of Sherma Frame in Chantemel, aunt of Christoph John in the US. Other relatives and friends including the Frame, John, Paul, Philip, Thomas, Louis, and Martin families, brothers and sisters of the Muslim community, neighbors and friends of Belmont and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Mary Carmen John of Belmont St. George will be laid to rest privately. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Alban Chase, also known as Daddy Banu and Grandpa of Beaulieu St. George, passed away on Friday 28th January 2022 at the age of 93. He was the father of Patsy Crawford, Peter, Reverend Philip Chase, Cephas, Richard, Errol, Veronica and Johnson, both residing in Canada, David and Rebecca Chase John, both residing in the USA, brother of Alberta Charles and Michael Chase, both residing in Trinidad, grandfather of 23, great-grandfather of 20, great-great-grandfather of 4, brother-in-law of Mary Williams and Phyllis Chase, father-in-law of Earl Crawford, Cecilia, Sandra, Sally Ann, and Melissa, many nieces and nephews. Other relatives and friends including Rosalind and Jennifer Williams, Joanna Chase, the Simpson, Worrell, and Chase families residing in Trinidad, the Daniel family of Vendham, the LeBarry family of Beaulieu, the Chase family of Grandance, Victoria, Bylands, and in Carriacou, the John and Frederick families of Bellevue and Montrose, the Johnson family of Willis, the Patrick family of Grandball, Reverend and Sister Aline, members of the Latter Rain Revival Pentecostal Church of Tempe, including Brother and Sister Murray, members of the Grenada Seamen and Waterfront Workers Union, members of the Grenada Ports Authority, Superintendent of Police Esau Pear of the Royal Grenada Police Force, Sergeant Anthony Pear of the Grenada Coast Guard, Dr. Roxanne Ned and family, the doctors and nurses of the Snug Corner Medical Station and the General Hospital, including Dr. Charles, Dr. Migwen and Dr. Noel, and friends and neighbors of Beaulieu, Willis, and New Hampshire, including the Telesford, Murrell, and Phillip families. The funeral service and interment of the late Alban Chase, also known as Daddy Banu and Grandpa of Beaulieu St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Brian Batiste, also known as Clot Blood of Belmont St. George, passed away on Friday, 4th February at the age of 45. The funeral arrangements of the late Brian Batiste, also known as Clot Blood of Belmont St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lockwar Brothers Funeral Home.
Rupert Anthony Stafford passed away on Saturday 22nd January 2022 in New York at the age of 69. The funeral arrangements for the late Rupert Anthony Stafford will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lackwar Brothers Funeral Homes. Jervis Stedman Julian, also known as Papa Yo of Woodford St. John, passed away on Tuesday 1st February 2022 at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements for the late Jervis Stedman Julian, also known as Papa Yo of Woodford St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Godfrey A.B. Alexander, also known as Natty, of Tempe St. George, a resident of Spice Residential Care, passed away on Sunday, January 30th, 2022, at the age of 69. The funeral arrangements for the late Godfrey A.B. Alexander, also known as Natty, of Tempe St. George, a resident of Spice Residential Care, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Curlin Bishop, also known as Bish, of the Bocas St. George, passed away on Thursday, 27th January 2022, at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements for the late Curlin Bishop, also known as Bish, of the Bocas St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Leontine Aberdeen of Moya St. Andrew, who resided in Canada, passed away on Saturday, 29th January in Canada at the age of 92. The funeral of the late Leontine Aberdeen of Moya St. Andrew, who resided in Canada, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Maclena Veronica George Nee Richards of Guelph St. John, who resided at Bonnet St. Mark, passed away on Saturday, 29th January at the age of 72. The funeral of the late Maclena Veronica George Nee Richards of Guelph St. John, who resided at Bonnet St. Mark, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Raleigh Williams, also known as Papa Ochin of Woodland St. George, died on Friday, 28th January at the age of 85. The funeral arrangements of the late Raleigh Williams, also known as Papa Ochin of Woodland St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Adolphus Sylvester, also known as Beck of Laborie, who resided in Tortola, passed away on Saturday, January 8th at the age of 74. The funeral arrangements of the late Adolphus Sylvester, also known as Beck of Laborie, who resided in Tortola, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Lyndon Decoto, also known as Trouble, Carwo and Compare, of Middle River, Guelph St. John, passed away on Thursday, January 20th, 2022, at the age of 55. The funeral arrangements for the late Lyndon Decoto, also known as Trouble, Carwo and Compare, of Middle River, Guelph St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Anthony Laguerre, also known as Tony and Laguerre, of H.A. Blaise Street, St. George's, an employee of George F. Huggins, died on Monday, 17th January 2022, at the age of 61. The funeral arrangements for the late Anthony Laguerre, also known as Tony and Laguerre, of H.A. Blaise Street, St. George's, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Anthony Felix, also known as Tony, past principal of the Tivoli Roman Catholic School of Harford Village, St. Andrew, died on Thursday the 13th of January at the age of 71. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late Anthony Felix of Harford Village, St. Andrew, in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Dorothy Brown, née Lacroix of Melville Street, St. George's, who resided at Marquis St. Andrew, passed away on Thursday, December 30th, 2021 in the USA, at the age of 90. The funeral arrangements for the late Dorothy Brown, née Lacroix of Melville Street, St. George's, who resided at Marquis St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. In loving memory of Anastasia Aurelia Bailey George, who passed away on February 7th, 2016. A picture of you I carry in my heart. I close my eyes to see it. When the world gets dark, a memory of you I carry in my soul. I wrap it close around me when the nights get cold. If you ask how I am, I'd say just fine. But the truth is, if you could read my mind, not a day goes by that I don't think of you. From your children Marva, Eurona, and Walgenia, grandchildren, family, and friends. Gone, but will never be forgotten. Rest in peace. Arrangements were entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
The Bible, this book, familiar to every person on the face of the earth today, gives us directions for our life. When death comes, there is great sorrow to the family and friends and loved ones of the one that has passed on. But if we put our trust in the Lord Jesus Christ and we follow the instructions of this book, we know we will meet again. We don't take it lightly. We don't take it for granted. There must be a decision, because without a decision, the decision is made to be separated from God. So put your trust in the Lord. Believe. The thief on the cross said, Lord, consider me. And Jesus said, today you would be with me, this very hour. And they died together. So put your trust in the Lord, and God bless you during your time of grief and bereavement. Put your trust in the Lord.
Less talk, more power. See the miracle.
Evidence of metastatic prostate cancer